Hello investors, welcome back to your number one place for all your investing needs. So in today's video, we're going to be discussing the NIO stock. We're going to be discussing Morgan Stanley price upgrade for NIO stock, NIO hitting 5,000 vehicles in 1 month, and much more. So take a seat, sit back, and enjoy the gains in the rest of this video. Now before we get into all of the news, guys, we are so close to 10,000 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and press that subscribe button and make sure you turn on that bell notification so you get notified every time I make a new video. Also, can we get 100 plus likes on this video for NIO to go over $30 per share? And leave a comment below. What is your price target for NIO? What do you think is going to happen with it in the near future? As you can see, we're already going up. So the first piece of news we're going to be taking a look at is going to be right here. So Morgan Stanley says NIO is a strong EV leader in the making, raises price target by 61%. Now, 61%, that's a lot. That's a lot of gains right there. Following JP Morgan's bullish report 2 weeks ago where he upgraded the stock price, now we have Morgan Stanley. So another Wall Street firm, Morgan Stanley, also joined the ranks of updating their views on the Chinese EV maker NIO. In a report titled A Strong EV Leader in the Making, published on October 28th, Morgan Stanley analysts led by Tim Heiso revised up forecasts on better than expected Q3 deliveries, upside potential to margin, and an update of our assumptions behind NIO's vehicle and long-term take rate of NOP. Bank stays overweight on NIO and raises our price target to $33, up by 61% from $20.50. So the previous price target was $20.50, as you can see right there, and now it's $33, and exactly $33, which is a 61% gain. That is a huge jump. I mean, that's over almost $13 right there. As you can see, the stock was trading at $27.51 before this announcement, and now if we take a look after the announcement, currently the stock is trading at around $29.68. It's up about $2.20 or about 8% today. If we take a quick look here, so this was the previous close, and then if we take a look, this morning the stock jumped from, like we said, $27.55 all the way up here, hitting a high. Actually, it doesn't show on here actually, but right here you can see a high of $30.22. So the stock had a really nice high. Right now it's doing a little pullback, but I'm expecting this one to continue throughout the day. And then once we get past that $30 per share, I think this one is going to continue to run up higher and higher. Now let's take a look at what else they have to say. So here's a full report. So pretty much we're just going to go over what are some of the things that they said about the NIO stock. So they said a strong EV leader in the making, and they revised their better than expected third quarter deliveries, upside potential to margin, and update of our assumptions behind NIO's vehicle and long-term rate of NOP. We stay overweight and raise our price target to $33 per share, which we already mentioned. So what changed? So right here, they're going to say what changed is going to be, although we've been positive on NIO's operational breakthrough, findings from data points since 2Q results and our recent EV trip suggest that pace of NIO's progress and achievements, its strategic and investment ambition is tracking ahead of our expectations on all fronts. So pretty much they're saying that NIO is doing better than expected, from their previous predictions. Meanwhile, we believe that capital markets' willingness to finance NIO's innovations and investments could unleash more operational upside in the next 18 to 24 months. So they see a lot of upside with NIO in the next year to 2 years, which is a good thing for us. Mastering the art of versatility. Right here, while competition is set to become more intense in 2021, given the increased numbers of players and products coming to China's EV market, we believe it will be difficult for incumbent EV peers and new entrants in China to easily replace NIO's multifaceted strategies. We look for NIO to reinforce its pole position through superior volume scale, good spectrum of model market coverage, self-driving technologies, and diversification into power solutions. In our view, most of its key EV competitors in China can compete with NIO in some but not all of these areas. NIO's versatility should give it an advantage in gaining market shares in China's auto market. So right here, if we look at navigate on pilot NOP, it's NIO a big step ahead of domestic EV players, enabling navigation ADAS on designated roads, mostly highways for now. So while ADAS offered by most EV players, both startup and traditional OEMs, still provide individual functions such as ACC, LKA, ALC, NIO will soon offer an integrated ADS solution that can take people from one place to another, which is great. This feature will make NIO the second globally and the first among China's EV makers to possess the commercialized navigation ADAS after the introduction of navigation on autopilot by Tesla in 2018. So, let's take a recap of what we just read. So pretty much, other than Tesla, NIO is the only other one that can do this. So there's only two companies globally, and this one is the first one in China, which is a huge deal, obviously, that can do this. And then right here, they go over again, they remain overweight with the new price target of 33. We raise our earnings forecast and price target driven mainly by strong sale momentum and more visible growth outlook. Our new price target implies 2021 EVs sales of 10x for NIO. And then down here, vehicle sales to see stronger volume uptake. So we look for stronger volume uptake for the remainder of the year with escalating momentum in 2021. While we've been upbeat on NIO's volume outlook, some key findings make it incrementally constructive on the volume outlook. So they're expecting it to be a lot better and a lot more. They didn't expect it to be this good. So better than expected demand for EC6. Previously, we saw NIO's coupe SUV EC6 as a window dressing product to its S6. However, our recent EV trip and channel checks suggest that demand for the EC6 surprised on the upside. According to the feedback from our meeting with regional sales head in stores, EC6 caters well to a sizable group of young people, and consumers who place orders now won't get the car until early 21, implying a longer waiting time than other EV models. Sweet spot for RMB 200-300K segment for EV Camp to capture users from ICE vehicles. NIO's fourth model is competitively positioned. Stronger 3Q sales state of EV sedan models priced at RMB 200-300K make us more bullish on NIO's upcoming fourth model 3Q sales volume of sub RMB 300K EV models like Tesla's M3, BYD's Han, and Xpeng's P7, etc. all show solid uptrend. We expect more users to switch from the ICE to EV in this price segment, in which EV models can offer richer hard software features to differentiate from ICE. Meanwhile, our recent talks with the supply chain indicate that consumers seeking sub RMB 300K models are still price sensitive. And so the waiver of price tax subsidy and license plates remains important. The long-awaited debut of NIO's fourth model is currently scheduled for January 9th, 2021 during its annual NIO Day. So that is a big thing to look ahead for. NIO Day is going to be on January 9th, so that's going to be a huge day for us. Despite the lack of pricing details of NIO's upcoming model, we think it's likely that it will be priced in the RMB 200 to 300K range. Now, stronger geographical presence. So our analysts of registration stats in 3Q suggest that NIO has further enhanced its presence in non-licensed restriction cities. Compared to its peers that have sales largely coming from the plate restricted cities, NIO has much more diversification sales distribution. We believe broader markets coverage will make NIO's growth momentum more sustainable and scalable in 2021. Looking ahead, its long-established presence in low-tier cities should also ensure NIO's long-term growth trajectory, even after EV sales in plate-restricted cities become saturated. If we take a look right here, broader spectrum of model coverage. The debut of aforementioned sedan model in early January 21. NIO is likely to be the first major domestic EV player to offer a full spectrum of EV models, including sedan, expected introduction during 2021 NIO Day, mid SUV, coupe, large SUV with price ranges from the high RMB 200K to RMB 600K. Although this should be well anticipated by the market, we think that the upside of the market potential might still be underestimated by the market. EV models priced below RMB 200K have been the key driver of industry growth in the past 5 years. We think RMB 200 to 400K EV models will become the key growth engine in the next 5 years, and NIO should have greater consumer access backed by its competitive branding and prestige to prestige product strategy. Now down here it says, while developing chips could be a pricey and somewhat distractive move for EV players like NIO's, Tesla's success in this area could be a strong reference that autonomous driving chips could act as a silver bullet for self-driving race. Why do we think this is a critical and relevant? So while it's still early to look for meaningful revenue contribution from software services, we believe that high-profile launch of its SAE features in comparison to Tesla will help NIO gain traction with the public and its potential consumers. The impression of leadership in autonomous driving would continue to occupy growing mind share and discussion with the public, the media, and the investment community. We see this as critical to future enhance its vehicle sales, user experience, and value propositions over time. We now look for on average 50% of users across models to activate the NOP functions with true differentiated features, which may generate recurring software related service revenues for NIO in the long run. This is great. So, other than Tesla, NIO is one of the only ones that is having this feature, and especially, the only one in China. So big things are coming up for NIO, and people see it, it's a good thing. Now, the other thing in the news that we have today is going to be NIO hits big milestone as Wall Street sees strong EV leader in the making. So NIO announced a key production milestone as Morgan Stanley turned more bullish on the electric car maker. NIO stock rose higher and higher today. So NIO's 5,000 electric vehicle of the month rolled off the production line at the Hefei manufacturing plant, the company said on Thursday. Reports in local Chinese media said that was the first time that NIO has exceeded 5,000 units in 1 month. The milestone comes a day after Morgan Stanley raised its earnings forecast and price target for the so-called Tesla of China. The hikes were driven mainly by better than expected Q3 deliveries and more visible growth outlook, the firm said. So that's what we just discussed earlier with the whole Morgan Stanley discussion about how they think, that they're going to be doing better in growth, production, and just in general in China, that they're ahead of all the competition or their peers and competitors, and that, Tesla is really the only other one that's doing similar things to NIO. And now we take a look here, and NIO has over 5,000 units in 1 month, and it's the first time that they've ever done that. So that's a huge thing for NIO. And like we said, right now NIO is trading at $29.35, so it's a lot higher. It's up about 6.5%. It was up about 8% at a high today. Volume is picking up. I mean, market's only been open for about an hour today, and volume is at 68 million, almost 69 million shares traded. That's a lot. This stock has a lot of eyes on it. And in my opinion, like I said in my previous video, I think that NIO is going to be the next, like we said, the Chinese Tesla. So this stock has so much room to grow. I mean, their market cap is only 36 billion. So let's say even if this company was to become huge and do great things and became a 360 billion company, so 10x, we would 10x on our investment, but that's kind of a far-fetched goal. Like we said, price targets is going to be around $40 per share in the next year in 2021. So we're already around $30 per share. Our goal is going to be just to get past that $30, and then we continue to go up. And especially with their, the next quarter when they announce how many cars they produced and all that, and then new cars coming out in January and things like that, they're going to be boosting NIO, and the price target is going to be continue to go up. So NIO is very, very hot right now. It's one of China's best companies to invest in right now, other than Alibaba, obviously, which is like the Chinese Amazon. But NIO, I think, has a very, very bright future. And if you're not looking at NIO, you're missing out on some massive, massive opportunities, in my opinion, obviously. I myself bought some more shares this morning on this news, so I bought more shares and added it to my portfolio, as I think that the stock has much more room to grow. So I did add more to the portfolio, and yeah. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that like button. Once again, if you made it this far into the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, and just leave a comment. What do you think is going to happen with NIO? Do you think it's a good competitor to Tesla and all these other Chinese EV makers? And also, just to clear things up, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just going over some data, some news, and just giving my opinion on the NIO stock and what I think is going to happen and what I'm going to be doing with it. So before you invest into NIO or any other stock, make sure you do your own research before investing. So I hope to see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.